When Sarkeys Plaza at the University of Oklahoma needed repairs from devastating leaks, geosciences faculty saw an opportunity.
As we've had leaks in Sarkeys forever, and a couple years ago it got really bad. But the plaza redo is because of that. So, I mean, we had a plaza before, and it was mostly just like grass and open area, but we had a little walkway and it had some rocks in it that we would use in classes. And then when we had to rip it all out, we were like, hey, like, what can we do with this now? Can we make it even better, than it was before?
The renovation will feature several outdoor classroom areas with different learning opportunities. Students and the public will be able to interact with the rocks and landscaping.
In that northeast corner with the geoscape, it's going to have different layers, and it's going to have folds and faults, and it'll have like a little mini mountain, and it'll have the actual rocks out there so they can say, oh, this is a sandstone that I saw in lab. Here it is out in, the real world.
These geoscience professors are hoping this barren gravel field will turn into a teaching tool that can bring features from across the country to Norman, Oklahoma.
We're going to get boulders from parts of the U.S., say granite from the Northeast, some banded iron from Colorado. Those rocks will be placed kind of geographically as in a layout of the U.S. We'll have a kind of a map that you can pick up and look at and go with it. But the idea is that you can look at granite from the Northeast without going to the Northeast.
When Lynn Sorgan, director of the Mewborn College of Earth and Energy School of Geosciences, looked into how other universities implemented geolearning spaces, she said she felt like OU could do it even better.
I thought, gosh, what if we could make it more than just exhibits of a few boulders? What if we could make it, a space where we could take intro students and majors and do some of these measurements, practice some of these measurements that we do, actually go out and use it on tilted rock strata that are arrayed kind of like, what they would really encounter. And then when we go on our field trips, which we'll still do, they get past that quickly and we can start doing more interesting things.
To raise money for the ambitious project, students and faculty created a virtual groundbreaking video detailing why the renovation would be important to them. So far, the project has raised $250,000 of its $750,000 goal.
We are here to tell you all about the Sarkeys Energy Center Plaza renovation.
One area of the renovation will feature a pollinator garden for butterflies, bees, hummingbirds, and more, in remembrance of a beloved geosciences staff member.
An area that was set aside to be called the Jennifer Wise Butterfly Garden. And I hadn't heard that name in a few years. Jennifer was in the College of Geosciences, the old College of Geosciences, when I started, and she was just a super nice person. I mean, students loved her, the faculty loved her. Unfortunately, she passed away kind of suddenly. And there had been a small space on the plaza designated in her name. But the good news is the new garden is much larger than the previous garden.
Molly Yunker with the Oklahoma Geological Survey said features like interactive QR codes will attract the attention of not only OU students, but future students and their families.
There's a lot of traffic through the plaza on game days when things are more normal in our town. A lot of people might walk through that plaza, and if there was a way to sort of engage the public during those little walkthroughs, then that would be a nice service component for our college and also for the Oklahoma Geological Survey.
I'm hoping that this becomes kind of a destination. If you're visiting Norman, go see the geolandscaping.
If the college can raise the money it needs, it can create an outdoor classroom space that truly rocks.